So this pine has more attention to it and kind of become as a anchor point for you to look at, and everything else is look like a support.
Start by having a little discussion first. My name is Jamie Redwell, and I will be navigating a group for Natalia through the Mastrius platform. So I'm here today with her to go through what that's going to look like. So welcome, and I'd like to thank you all for taking the time to join us for this special event. We're going to see Natalia do a little demonstration for us today and show us some slides and go through kind of what mentorship will hopefully look like in her class. If you have any questions during this event, please feel free to ask them. I do have some myself, so I hope that everybody else kind of thinks of things while they're going through all of this. So I just wanted to let you know that Natalia is an expressionist painting or a generalist.
I do everything, so
Okay. So a little bit of everything there, and she would like to kind of go through teaching the alla prima way of painting in her class. So if that interests you, it's a great place for you to be. It's going to launch on January 9th at 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So that is 6 o'clock in your time zone. Is that correct, Natalia?
I think 5.
5? Okay. And then what else? I think that's about it. So this group is going to be an emerging artist group, and it's going to be hosted through the Mastrius platform. So if you have any questions about that, we'll take some time at the end of this, and I can kind of go through that with you. So without further ado, please help me welcome Natalia.
Yeah.
Enjoying the video? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell to be notified when new Mastrius videos are added.
Thank you, everyone, who, I know the time is very valuable, and thank you to spend some time with me today. So I do a lot of art. Like I started young, went through the university, graduated, taught classes over there, so and so on. And so that's and continue to paint in the different medias even now. So I do oil and watercolor, and I will show a little bit of everything. So, and just to kind of better, if you like to know me, so you can go to my website and check out the my different so like you can check the go through the like I have the what my artwork, or you can look through the what I do, information about me, and so on. So here's all a couple things. So just kind of, if you like to know a little bit more about myself. So, and so right now, I am, let's see, go back. I'm sorry. I'm like, okay, so here it is. So here's my studio. So I'm sorry for people who know me, I didn't decorate it picture from the last year. So, but I promise I will be on top of the things. So and do some. So this is our group meeting for the live drawing sessions every week. So here's me on the back. And so I have, like every artist has a lot of work. So that I think how you get better. So I have my storage room full of finished paintings. So I also like to have a great garden. So I have roses and some other flowers. So I grow some carnivorous plants. So I have a little garden. So just to kind of introduce what I do. So, and even these sessions will be in the watercolor. I like to show a couple of my oil paintings so that you kind of will give you what I do. So I travel. So this one was done in the Yellowstone Park, so with the geysers and all. So I'm sure you have something. So some boats in New Bern, Carolina. So I do portraits. So this was a quick draw on one of the events. Of course, landscapes, and kind of go in the session. So here's a Florida. And this one I just finished paint with a couple artists in Anna Maria in South Florida. So I really enjoyed that little things. And this one is also too, so just from the last week. And little this.
That's lovely.
Thank you. And so let's move to watercolor. So, and watercolor for me, so it's a very free, enjoyable media. So it's you can paint any size, big, small. So this is a small size watercolor. So I am a great Eve or whatever of Eastern painters. So through me, but I kind of use the watercolor as my more of the impressionistic approach or the Eastern way. So where the spot is more important than a lot of details. So, but it's also kind of European way of painting where you really render the objects. So it's kind of still life. So, and of course, I paint on plein air. So this one was in Germany. So, and here's like how you're managing your time. So when I got my first child, so I didn't have much of the time. So I thought that kind of fit my way. I can stop anytime and I can continue. So it's kind of abstract pieces in watercolor, which I use some resin and did some splashes and variations. And this piece called Beginning, which has a kind of like a symbolic a little bit meaning for me. So, and this is more kind of traditional way of how I like to paint direct. So, and here's a melting snow. You probably have already a lot of snow in Canada. So,
There's a bit here.
yeah. So, and so this is another kind of very direct method of painting. So, and I thought that maybe we could start from something like still life or landscape. So it's more what people interested, but it's more kind of direct style. So, and it's really important to have a good brushwork. So, and you can see how the application are in this one. So, and well, that is some bugs and chrysanthemums in my garden. So that's so I kind of painted outside. So and and here's some sketches that I did in travel in Italy. So I use regular, I don't use pencil for my painting, but this was like more sketching. So, and it has a combination of watercolor and pencil drawing. So this was Baltic Sea. So it's wet on wet, so more of a freedom of moving, so and energy and so on. And so this was one of the portraits at our session. And I think this was as I sketched in Spain. And so it's always, I think my probably favorite method is wet on wet. So where you can control, and I think for the bouquet of dandelions, it was a perfect match. So does everybody see my work? I kind of see everybody, but don't see me on the screen. So I hope everybody see me. So and this one I did in the street of Tallinn, Estonia. So it's also a kind of direct method of painting. And so, okay, this is it. If anybody has any questions of what I just showed, you're welcome to ask. And if not, so I will go and start demo.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing all of that. I think it gives us a great idea of every single genre that you can help whoever might join the class with.
Yeah, thank you. So I see somebody has a question in the chat. Oh, it's yours. Okay, thank you. Okay, so so here we go. So you see it's a image on the screen.
Yeah, your palette and what you're going to be painting on and your reference, and then you are in the corner.
Okay, awesome. So this is good. So here is my brushes. Let me very quickly get myself in a different mood. And if anybody has questions while I kind of thinking about, you're welcome to ask. And, okay. 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 So my first step is always to analyze the scenery. So, and I always think in a big plains. So we have a big amount of skies, like a beauty of the distance and everything. So, and I'm kind of like thinking, okay, so how I will approach a little bit. So I'm taking a big brush for the thing, and I kind of watering a little bit my paper. So, and I'm trying to decide so how I like to approach while it's kind of meditation way of doing. So, and for big plane, I need a big brush. So, and I will just go. And feel it. So I kind of, for convenience, I use the horizontal, the flat surface. So I need to kind of think how it will go so that you can see. And so that it will not run as much. Who wants to look at her? Hi, Jennifer.
So they can't see us. They can't see me drink.
Thank you for joining. Okay, so basically, so what I do, so just for the sky, I did a one big wash. And hopefully, so it's all will start to dry quite quickly, so that I will be able to continue to add details. I switch take my brushes in hand so that I could go. Yeah, this is very wet, just a little bit. Okay, so I can probably play with the bottom while top is drying. Okay. Let it move a little bit. So when I'm kind of judging, so I'm everything. So what do you need? So you need to simplify. So, and I am thinking how I can simplify. So, and I will go. So, and this gives me some ideas how I will approach. And I think, okay, my hands are in a, it's so many balls to think about. Oops. Okay, are we good? I think I knock my camera.
Yeah, if you want to, we're losing kind of the top part of your the picture that you're working on. So yeah,
Okay.
yep, there you go.
Okay, good. Okay. Yeah, you kind of have to think about
I
okay.
know. Yeah.
Okay, here it is. So I kind of have a couple anchors for me. So, and I probably need a little bit more angle just to make the water run down.
So
Okay.
what colors do you have in your watercolor palette right now that you're using?
Okay, so I have a very classic set of colors. So it is lemon yellow, cadmium red, uh, quinacridone, pronounce it, so, but quite nice, so cool color. I have cobalt blue, ultramarine, I have green, brown, he's a white viridian, and I think red oxide or something like that.
Okay,
So
thank you.
it was quite a while when I added it to my palette, so I don't. Okay, so yeah, the thing with watercolor, you kind of need to control the drying process. And so while I'm testing, so don't like to go with the trees, so but I can go a little bit in the water and have that kind of establish the border. And
So when you're dragging away the color like that, are you using a dry brush when you do that?
yes, I actually, the brush is actually wet, but I kind of wipe the water from the brush and I just kind of press it firmly and then lift off some of the painting. So, and here it is. So, and that is kind of established that little shore and probably that whatever green stuff that grows on top of the water. So, okay, so the top one doesn't like to dry and I'm kind of like a little bit timid to dive in. Okay, what the heck, let's try so and see what happens. So, and I'm kind of thinking, so what size of the brush do I need? So, and so this is another thing. And I'm kind of judging, so the trunks of the pine trees, so they kind of gives that a little bit of the pinkish color. And I can, let me try to kind of go, and I can probably wipe some, and it will create, yeah, let's kind of do a little bit around there. Yeah, damn it, it's very, very wet. I use too much water. So, but that's the joy of watercolor, right?
Yeah, it's nice that you can kind of pick it up again like that.
Okay. Okay, well, let's go. Okay, so on a picture, so I see that the pine tree is kind of like very strikingly beautiful. So, and I need to put it on. And it's actually good that a little bit of diffusion going on. And so, and I will not touch this, and I stopped another one, so that will help me to establish the and you can see how I kind of move my brush, just lift it up a little bit and more. And I'm trying to be, so I always have a goal to have as close to the color that I see. Oh my God, I kick it again.
So in the beginning of your composition like this, Natalia, do you find that your brushwork changes from the beginning of your image to?
Yes, it does. So right now I'm go very bold, and I'm just adding in, and so it's kind of more of a, I'm not really concerned if I'm right or wrong. So I just need to have some field to start to work with. So, and it's actually, it's the same way I work with the oil or watercolor. So it's at first, so you just kind of establish the story. So, and then you refine. So, and we see that trees, so that line of trees create like kind of like a field. And that's what I'm trying to establish too. And it's actually nice that it's still a little wet, so it's give us a little diffusion and soft edges, so which I really like. And I think I have too much light for my camera because I see in the screen it's much lighter than I have. So it's pretty damn dark. So, and I'm kind of looking for a little bit of a different variations on the greens. So, and you see how my brush kind of moves up, you know, kind of this way. So that's okay. Let's me pull down a little bit. This one a bit darker here. And a little bit more.
Does your brush size kind of determine how your brushwork is going to be as well?
Right now I have a quite a kind of it is the right answer. Yes, it is. So when I go, so I will change I will have a smaller brushes later. So when I need to add more details and better precision. So right now, so I kind of like, because they're also trying to control the water. So it's basically more about the amount of paint I have. So, but you see, it's kind of nice variation going on of the different greens. And what I think I will do, so let's me try. I will try to get some, yeah, this is nice. I don't know if you see that.
Mm-hmm.
So that I just kind of pick up some of the paint just so, and this time I use smaller brush. So, and I actually have water on it. So, and this water kind of erase a little bit, given the tracks of trunk
Very
that I,
salty. Don't like
yeah.
it.
And I also will add here, and maybe one.
Dr. Cooper, what's with that? All that tractor is yours.
What? Say it again?
I'm not sure if that was a question or if it was just background stuff.
Okay, okay. Okay. So, and it's kind of because it's all wet, it's kind of give me some time to think about, and so I can come back to it, maybe add another color. So in this way I can drawing and then I establish the placement for the trunks that I will go to emphasize on. And I will probably take even more smaller brush. And it's always a favorite brush that you cannot live without. So you see, this one is even smaller than the others. So, and I will go for the trunks. And add more precise detail. Oh, you see, and that's kind of nicely fall into the and blend a little bit with the other colors, so not as pronounced. And hopefully it will dry a little, a little bit more. I was kind of not really thinking through to add too much water into it. So now I have a kind of like a pile of water that somehow I need to control, so I could probably just wipe it with a paper towel, but whatever. And I'm looking on the branches of the tree, so trying to kind of get it, because that's what interests me, and that gives some character for the distinct palm shape.
So in this instance, you're working on a landscape. How
Mhm.
do you find that the brushwork helps you with the actual composition of what you're working on?
So it is a combination between, like right here even, so I can stop right there because with a big brush and a big spots of color, we create some scenery, right? And with adding a small details with a smaller brush, so we create some interest. So more details take our eyes into that area, so that we we're looking on that intricate movement of the branches in here, and the same thing in here. So, and then it's also up to me. So it's kind of like this area is not decided yet. So because it's so wet. So, but I probably lets me go and do another round on the top. So while, and it's also helped me with the drawing, so as well. So I can go, okay, yeah, this is good. Yeah, now it's working. And we can go and have another round in here. So you see, so it's kind of creates a crown or silhouette.
Right.
Uh,
So you're going darker with your pigment.
yes, I'm going darker. I am playing with the shape of the tree to have it more, and I probably will let me soften the top edges. That will be kind of nice. Silhouette. Okay. And I will play a little bit since they kind of like a story for me. So let's me work on this one a little bit. Elf on this one. Yeah, it's with the oil, you just kind of go over with the watercolor, you know, in a way.
Do you have a preference over what medium you like to practice in for the most part, or are you rather?
It's more of the mood, I would say. So
Okay.
I like both. I don't have like, I'm not prefer one over another, so I like them both equally. So, but I think you can achieve more by practicing watercolor, because it's kind of force you to think ahead. And also you can see what sharp and soft edges can do. So like you see, I make this strong line in here. So, and it's starting to drive our attention to that area. So, and I also making darker. So, because I really need that part to be dry, and it just not cooperating at all. My apologies. So I thought, okay, so I will do it and it will be awesome, and it doesn't work this way. Okay, so now I have like a one big spot, and everything kind of more or less uniform. So, and to make a sense of it, so I need to work with a smaller brush and add more details. So like we see that under the tree we have like a good shade. So, and I will go the darker color, and we'll bring out a bit.
And that was, did you say that one was ultramarine blue?
Yeah, it was ultramarine blue, so with a little bit of yellow into it. So, and a little bit of the cooler red. So because I thought it needs to be a little bit cooler. So, and there are shadows there, so okay, this is good. So I will go. It is kind of like I don't know, cattails or some grass in here, so that need to be separated. So yeah, I think it's starting to have some shape.
Yeah, it's beautiful already, I think.
Thank you.
Does anybody have any questions out there while Natalia's painting? Looks like everybody's doing good.
My camera, I removed it again.
They're kind of wily creatures, those cameras. They like to jump all over the place sometimes.
Yeah, and I cannot get it which way I should move. Okay, this way. Okay, sorry about that. I hope it's not fall down. Okay, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Okay, so I think it's better.
Yep, there you go.
I decided to go a little bit warmer in here, just to have some variety of the greens. So you see kind of like a little grasses, so the way how I push my brush, so it's create kind of uniform way on the one side and more over. And okay, so this is good. And let me go and add a little bit the other side here. And if you like to have a smooth edge, so you just go with the water, and that create nice transition.
Makes a
I
big
like
difference.
Yeah, I like how it's kind of like nicely blends in here. So it has a nice feel. Okay. So and I can probably refine that little palm that here. So by just finding the right brush stroke for it. Mhm.
So do you think in your Mastrius sessions, you'll concentrate mostly on painting technique versus business, or, you know, what would you like to
Oh,
really concentrate on?
we can talk about if somebody has questions, I will be happy to answer them. So, but it's kind of like, of course, the easy to start on talking the painting business. So, because it's a lot to learn just to how you paint.
Yeah.
And it's a lot to talk it, but if anybody has any business questions, I will be happy to share my knowledge or my experience. Of course, I don't have all the answers in the world, so but my experience a lot. So you can ask me questions about how to organize the space, how I pick my materials. So that's all in your hands.
That's excellent.
And yeah. So and here, so I can play with the variations to show that, like, I need to emphasize on the trunk of the tree, so I will probably like go like that. So and always, so if you like to show lights, show the dark, right? And maybe a little line here. Oh, too early. Okay. And so if anybody, you know, cannot wait or have some, you know, time issues or and like to see the finished painting, so I will put it on my Instagram page, and
Nice.
you can see the finished painting over there. Okay, so I have some story going on. So, and here, so I water it too much, so I need to bring back the grass here. Everybody's so quiet, so it's that's kind of intimidating.
Got a quiet bunch today, huh?
I have a question,
Yes.
Natalia.
Mhm.
I see that you're swapping your brush out a lot, and I'm wondering how it is you approach it. Is your eye going to a specific area that you want to work on, or do you pick a brush and a color and then kind of go to the various places in your composition where that brush would be appropriate with that color? I don't know if that was a good way to say it, but do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I got it. So in general, I think it's very good to work all over your page so that you kind of develop not one area, but you kind of bring everything to the same level. So that's why I'm kind of jumping from one place to another. I don't know if I go in the right direction. So is it answer your question, or I went totally in a different?
No, that helps me. Thank you.
Yeah, so that's you know, like if I need to finish right now, so I already have a kind of enough information to finish. So, or I can continue to improve and add more color, more details to the scenery. So, and I kind of like, I see that I like when the edges are soft till the end. So, because as soon as we have a sharp shape, so that is where our eyes will go. So that's why I am kind of like, I put the paints and I kind of like put the water right there so that it's still softer, so that it's not really driving our eye to one area or another. So, and that's, in watercolors, it's a lot about the control of those flows. So, which sometimes not really easy to but I hope you understand what I'm trying to do, and don't judge me too harsh.
We're not judging you. You're doing great. This is beautiful.
Thank you.
I'm trying to paint along with you. I don't know if that's a great idea or not, but
Yeah, you're welcome. You know, I am all, if you feel inspired, go ahead. So it's all a matter. You see? So I add a little bit, oh, okay, so my camera move and you don't see that angle anymore. I knew that it's going to happen. It's always kind of like, and I thought that that camera, my gosh. Okay, maybe I better move the paper. Yeah, you see? So I was talking about this. I add elements into this side. So, and they start to kind of, the weight move to this side. So then I need to balance on the other side. So, and I will add a little bit of that trunks of spines on the other side. Into this. So just to bring interest to that area. Here and in here. So it is kind of like a big shape of the foliage in here, so that I just kind of like to establish, but not really drive too much. It's just always about the balance, which sometimes not easy to have. Because every painting, so it just what it's about, right? So then I need to. So when the sun is kind of goes from here, so it's so the shadow is all underneath. So then we can make it feel stronger, maybe here. Trunks. Also, I took that photo in the St. Mark's wildlife refuge. So it's much actually like my preferable will be just be there and paint from life. So then you really hear the sound, and I'm kind of like I'm painting and I'm thinking of that. So how the birds chipping a little bit, and the alligators moving around, and so all about the nature. And
So
how,
you immerse a lot of feelings into what you're painting.
yes, yes, because it's one of the Asian proverbs that when you paint a flower, be a flower, and you paint a tree, feel like a tree, So that is what I am after, and that's what I'm thinking while I'm eating. So what the shape it has, and how it's spread to the world, its branches. So, and I like to add a little bit of shadow.
We're sitting at about 10 minutes left.
Okay, so should I stop, and should I answer the questions, if any we have?
Does anybody have any questions that they would like to ask so far?
No,
You
but
can
I'd
either-
like to chime in anyways. This
Absolutely.
is Manon Natalia.
Oh, hi, Manon.
Hey,
Thank
friend.
you for joining. Yeah, we just came from a great retreat. I already showed some, I don't know when you joined. So
I was here right from the get-go.
Okay, so you saw that little painting with the bird.
I
Manon
did.
fabulous painting of a seagull who was just posing for her. It's just totally awesome. Look it up. I don't know if she already upgraded her website and put it on. So
No, it's not on there. But, I just wanted to chime in because you forgot stuff when you introduced yourself. So Natalia does a lot of plein air events. I'm just going to fill in for you, Natalia. She does a lot of plein air events. And when Natalia shows up to the plein air events, it's very discouraging for the rest of us because she always wins the big awards.
Oh, Manon, thank you.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And those of you who are thinking of maybe being mentored by Natalia, I have seen her paint, I have seen her teach, I have seen her in her element. I have also spent a lot of time with her, and she's very easy to spend a couple of hours with.
Aw.
And so here I'm gonna go.
Oh,
I'm gonna watch
Manon.
the rest, but I'm gonna be quiet. So
Oh, Manon, thank you so much.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank you for adding that.
and actually we were at that place together, right?
yes, that's when we saw that big flock of white pelicans. And we were lucky enough that there were some bird watchers and they let us look through their binoculars. It was such a wonderful place to paint.
Yeah, I would encourage everyone to try at least once to paint outside if you are a studio painter. So this is, I mean, it can be very challenging. So, but I think it's also very awesome. So I'm actually very close to finish. So, and finally that area kind of get dry, and I can finally add a little bit of that. And you see, so like how my brushes go. So I go horizontally, I go vertically, I go angle. So I'm constantly move to show the best, and a little bit need to water so that it will be not too much attention to the area. So, but here it is. So, and I can stop right there. I think so. This pine so has more attention to it, and kind of become as a anchor point for you to look at, and everything else is look like a support, and it has a feeling of that strip of wooden area, and it's very airy, so it has that atmosphere of that wild place, and here it is. So
Beautiful.
and once again, thank you everybody for joining me and spend some time. So I will switch to the camera to myself.
There we go. That was lovely. So just for everybody's knowledge, in the chat, I did put a link to Natalia's group that will be launching January 9th. I also put her Instagram handle in there as well. And I believe your website address is www.andreeva.com. Is that correct?
Yes, that's my last name.com. Yeah.
Perfect. So if anybody, wants to go and do some snooping, snoop, it's fun. And Natalia, you'll be posting the image that you did on Instagram, I believe you said? Perfect. Sorry, I said you're gonna post the finished picture on Instagram?
Yes, I will. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Does anybody have any questions about the Mastrius experience, or what it looks like to join a Mastrius class, or any questions specifically for Natalia? It doesn't look like anybody's sticking their hands up.
This is a really nice demo, Natalia. Thank you. And I thought that it was so nice of Mano to talk about. I know that she's one of your colleagues, and that was, really cool. So thank you.
Yeah. We paint with Mano for a very long time, so she knows everything. Maybe but I'm glad that she didn't share everything.
You can pay me for that later.
Yeah. But it was really awesome. Thank you.
It was so lovely to have you here today, and thanks for taking the time to come and show us what Brushwork's like and talk a little bit about what your class is, going to be centered around. And thank you everybody for taking the time to come out and watch. It was a great demo, I think.
Yeah, thank you. So with the watercolor, it's a little bit unpredictable. So you add a little bit more water, and I didn't think about having the hair blurs to dry out. It will be very noisy. So I thought, okay, I will manage. So, and I think it's pretty much came to the right stage, or give some sense what I do. So, and I must say I paint about 40 years, so that's I went through a lot of stuff. So, and business,
you'll have lots to share then.
And art like. So, and I always enjoy to direct painting, and I that's what I can help you most. And so that's of course it's everything about the light, shadow, and your interpretation of what you see. And sometimes it's more about what you see. Sometimes it's more about you. So you. So, and sometimes the paper or oil or water so gives the last word. So you may find it, or it may do it for you. So it can vary. It can vary. So
that's excellent. So great. So any sort of closing remarks you would like to give, or any last minute questions?
I would like to hear a little bit about the class. I don't know if you went through that in the beginning, but can you talk about the class? Would the student be painting as well, or is it go ahead.
Yeah, you bet. So the class will launch in January. And generally, the first class kind of looks like a get to know you sort of thing. But prior to that, we will have access to the group. So you can, there'll be your own little profile in there in the library so that you can add images, or even just on the main feed within the group, so that Natalia kind of has an idea of what people are creating and what they're working on, so that we can kind of go through that with the first meeting. But after that, she will give kind of little homework things and things that we can work on, usually through what we have as critique during our class. And then the next class, if she's going to do a demo or something like that, we'll get a reference photo posted into the group so that people can get supplies ready and you can paint along, or you can sit and watch. Whatever is the, the way that you learn, obviously, is the most important. Every single class is recorded, so you can rewatch it. And then Mastrius has also started a new function within the group where as long as you have a paid membership, you will always have access to every class that you've been in. So it's kind of a really nice feature. So that's sort of, a personal thing, whatever you would like to. If you're a person who has to sit and watch first, you can do that. And if you're a person that wants to paint along, you can absolutely do that as well. Hopefully
Yeah,
that answered.
as far as I understood the program, so it's more like a mentoring. So you come forward with your ideas and I kind of bounce in from you. So that's what my understanding of it.
Yeah.
So it's not as much about me as me helping you to grow.
Yeah,
So
that's great.
the
Yeah.
concept. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's perfect. What a great question. Anybody else have anything?
No, it's been a wonderful morning.
Oh, that's great.
Well, for me, it's morning.
yeah, we all must go to the job. It was wonderful to meet you, and so it's kind of like amazing in this world of what technology can do, and I hope it will unite us more.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
excellent. You
Thank
bet.
you.
Well, thank you everybody for tuning in today, and hopefully we'll see some of you in Natalia's group in January.
Thank you very much.
I will
Thank
be
you.
delightful, and if you need more information, you're welcome to shoot a message or follow on Instagram, Facebook, through the Mastrius chat, whatever way. So you go. So
Yep.
that's it. So
Perfect.
awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Natalia.
Yeah, it was great to see some familiar faces.
Perfect.